It is day 5 here and the tournament has been cut in half. We've finished with all the single A action last night and today we have a double A semi-finals. On the girls' side, Westlake, we have a double A semi-finals. On the girls' side, Westlake looking to go back-to-back, or is another school going to steal their thunder? And then on the boys' side, Christ College lost last night in the quarterfinals. We're going to see a new champion in 2023. And for the first time this century, no Auckland boys' school has made the finals. So I can't wait to bring you all of the semi-final action. First up, we're going to have Westlake girls versus Hamilton girls. Let's go live. We are live here at Fly Palmy Arena and everyone is bringing their A game for finals basketball here live on Whakata Māori. And of course, a massive thank you to New Zealand Community Trust for their continued support. Double A girls semi-final number 1. Westlake, the defending champions, taking on Hamilton Girls High School. Andrew Horrocks alongside the queen of the commentary booth, Maya Williamson. Maybe some comments as well from Coach Mel Bennett. But Maya, how are you feeling today?
I am feeling good and well energized. We have a great ball game ahead of us and I cannot wait.
It's been a bit of a nervy sleep, hasn't it? Do you want to take us through the Hamilton girls team list?
I sure will. At number 1, we have Timapara Walker. Number 2, Bella Capri Nelson. Number 3, Nevaeh Skirkovic. 4, Kailani Albert Neha. 5, Caitlin Hull. 6, Hayley Forbes. 7, Anaya Nelson. 9, Altia Nordstrom. 10, Anahita Wilsford. And 13, Elise Gilbert, coached by Lana Kershaw and assisted by Carlin Nelson. What a lineup.
We caught up with Lana just before this. Let's hear what she had to say. Here with Coach Lana, finalist in 2019. What does it mean to the school to be back in the semi-finals this year?
I mean, it's always an awesome thing for a school to be back in the finals. If you have a look on the Girls' Championship, you've got a number of schools who have done that over and over, and to be a part of that legacy is really cool. So, you know, it's just trying to build on that.
Rebecca Moores has been so influential inside for Westlake. What do you need to do to lessen her influence in this one?
I think it's like most players, you know, you've just got to see what their habits are, what they like to do, and then to see where you can limit them using the players that you've got. We are a team who has used all 10 of our players as well, and so we'll keep doing that sort of thing, and we just stick to our game plan and, you know, do the best that we can.
Thank you so much. Best of luck.
Cool.
Always amazing as we see Lana on screen to get the insights of what's going through the coaches' heads coming into these big games. And then on the other side for Westlake girls, number 3, Kaylee Morgan Tafia. Number 4, Kaya Tuta. Number 5, the X Factor, Cody Williams-Sefort. Number 6, Katie Moores. 7, Elin Vincent. Number 8, Emma K. Schroeder. Number 9, Lily Fotu. Number 10, Amy Lee Pateman, who will not be participating in this one. 13, the key factor, Rebecca Moores. 14, Xanthia Stowers. 15, Brenna Latoa Levi Nosa. And 17, Amani Rasmussen. Assistant coach, Nella Fotu. Manager, Tanja Venema. And head coach, Bronwyn Davidson, who I caught up with just before this. Here with Bronwyn Davidson, well-deserved winners in 2022. Do you feel a bit of extra tension in 2023 as the defending champions?
Yeah, look, there is a bit of that. We've got standards like any other school that's competing here. We know the pressure that comes with it. We're up for it. We are a different team. We've got a lot of new players, but we are certainly up for it.
Kailani Albert Neha has been the key for Hamilton girls. What do you need to do to slow her down today?
Look, Lani's a great player. Look, she's coming away with us, and we just think, she's going to be an offensive threat. She can get to the hoop. She's got a great shot on her. We can't afford to get her going, so we'll definitely be respecting her out on the court.
Thank you so much. Best of luck. As we see Coach Bronwyn, and very thankful to be joined in the commentary booth by the head coach of the Phi, Mel Bennett. Mel, finals basketball. As a coach, what's going through your head?
I'm actually kind of excited to see execution from both teams, and just to see what the game plan is. Obviously both teams very heavy guard orientated, with the exception of Westlake having Rebecca Moores and Cody, who can also play positions 1 to 5. It's exciting to see her back, but I think it's going to, come down to game plan, execution, how well they can get through their sets, who's got the hot hands, and who's pushing the pace and the tempo and controlling that.
Thank you, Mal. Road to the semi-finals first for Hamilton girls, and obviously undefeated heading into the semi-finals. Through pool play, we got to see them on the show court taking down Takapuna Grammar 85-75. Lani Albert Neha had 28 points in this one. And then their quarterfinal, beating Rangiora 84-69. On the other side for Westlake girls, also undefeated. Saw them on the show court against St. Peter's of Cambridge. Emma K. Schroeder had 23 in that one. And then very impressive in the quarterfinal, beating Mount Albert Grammar 90-55. We're going to have 3 referees for this one: Tyler Radburn, Michaela Sharp, and Regan Ashley. Maya Williamson having 3 referees, that third point of control can make a big difference, can't it?
Totally agree. I think it's great. In these kind of games, it's very important that referees take great game control and definitely having an extra eye. These 3 brilliant referees have been here before, they've done it, so I'd be trusting them if I were these guys.
Well, it's wonderful to have all of that experience. A lot of them doing NBL and Tauihi League. Now, what do you think it means to the secondary school players to have had Tauihi League referees looking after them in this game?
Obviously, they've had exposure and experience, so I think it brings a different level of leadership as well, because the 3 referees we've had on the screen just earlier, I know 2 of them have reffed our games in Tauranga and away games as well. So they come with a high level of, just knowing where they're supposed to be in their zones, who calls what, and they're not scared to have a discussion with one another if they're not sure on a call. Utilising the 3 of them, I think it's good to see a 3-man game. Obviously, the previous kind of games, some of them this morning on the other side have used a 3-man rotation as well. So I just think it adds an extra set of eyes, so the coaches feel like that everything is getting looked at as well.
Don't forget, we have live stats available for this one. You can head to nz.basketball, click on the little pop-up for Secondary School Nationals, and you'll see on the drop-down menu that a live stats is available. A big thank you to our sponsors as well: Caltex, New Zealand Carbon Farming, Molten, and Apollo Projects. Maya, firstly for Hamilton girls, I spoke to Bronwyn about what she needs to do against Lani Albert Neha, but with 5 New Zealand representatives on this one, including Elise Gilbert, Timapara Walker, and Naya Nelson, and then Caitlin Hull. It's a bit of a tough assignment, isn't it, for Westlake girls?
It is a tough assignment, especially considering no Amy Pateman today. However, Hamilton girls, a little bit of lacklustre games and starts for them so far this tournament. They had a pretty rough one against Takapuna Grammar. Obviously a very strong side, but had a bit of a slow start there. So I'd like to see them come out firing here today. Westlake could be in a little trouble if that is the case. However, a very good defensive team with the length of Rebecca and Cody, and they're really quick, agile guards as well. So I think it's going to be a really good matchup. And obviously, Coach Bronwyn knows what she was doing. 2023 Female Coach of the Year for Basketball New Zealand. So I think they really pride themselves on their defense, and that's what won them their championship last year.
On the other side, Mel, a lot of eyes are going to be on Rebecca Moores, but there's also Emma K. Schroeder, who helps pace them, as well as Cody Williams-Seppo. What do they need to do to keep those 2 involved early and often throughout this game?
I think they need to control the transition game. You'll see them come out probably in some sort of press. She's changed her presses over the duration of the week, and I saw a change up in last night's quarterfinal to get here. So she's got a whole lot of experience. She's been here before in terms of Bronwyn and Nella working together. And she's got some players that she can really rely on, especially with Rebecca Moores, who's just a really good leader, keeps her girls under control when things aren't going their way. But like you said earlier, I think the X factor is going to be Miss Cody, who's re-entered into the basketball scene after such a long rehab phase with her ACL injury. Emma K. Schroeder has had a phenomenal year, and you'll also see Zenthia Stowers, who's coming on, and Lily Fortu, who have all been part of the long list of the New Zealand Under-16 program.
Referees are nearly reading a big thank you to a basketball Manawatu, especially Tess Petley, who has helped organise up to 36 volunteers for every round to help with the score benches, a very thankless task. Done a wonderful job. It's going to be Hamilton girls, you can see in the white, maroon and black, usually the traditional colours of Harbour basketball. So if we see any wayward passes early from Westlake girls, they're probably just used to passing to that maroon and black.
Yeah, and those uniforms are spanking brand new. I think they arrived here on day 3.
Fresh.
Mari Gordon brought them through, and so they're looking fresh, and I think they're really proud of their new fit.
I like it. It gets the tick for approval from Mel, who is a stylish queen.
Westlake are going to be in the white with the red swan.
A classic. That's an absolute Westlake classic.
So just about ready to get underway in this one. Westlake going left to right. Hamilton girls going right to left. It's going to be referee Regan Ashley with the tip. Just checking the live stats is ready to go.
Basketball statistician here, Andrew Horrocks, will be able to keep us updated on those, won't he?
No, the real statistician is sitting at home. That is Joshua Davis.
I'm sure he's tuning in.
Off the top of his head, we'll give you any stat from 1932 and afterwards.
Quite an impressive wee task there.
Yes.
Well done, Josh.
As we see Bromwyn looking calm. No doubt she's had some messages from Isaac, Penina and Mareta. Saw Penina's landed in Melbourne this week, getting ready for the WNBL season alongside Tara Reid.
How awesome is that?
Yeah, so epic. So great to see more New Zealand athletes integrate their way into the WNBL scene, with also Sian Rabati and Ezra McGoldrick heading over there as well.
Lana Kershaw just looking a bit angsty, waiting for this one to get ready.
Always the worst feeling when you have sent your team out there and you're prepped and then the game doesn't start for another wee while.
If anyone's wondering why we are 30 minutes delayed, the game before us, Napier girls versus St. Peter's of Cambridge, went to overtime, and still waiting on the live stats, so teams are going to have a little timeout. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we will come right back.
This is an opportunity that we can't pass on.
Welcome back to Palm Beach, Florida, aka Fly Palmy Arena in Palmerston North, New Zealand. Ready to get underway here in girls semi-final number 1. And it is going to be Hamilton girls with the first taste of the basketball out of the on-ball. Drops coverage there, Maya.
Yep, great way to defend the on-ball, and it works well in Westlake's favour.
And that is going to be a Westlake girls basketball. Good start for them defensively.
Yeah, really good start. It's always a great thing when you can cause a turnover straight away out of an on-ball. Gets you flowing a little bit more for your offensive set.
Here's Schroeder into the dribble handoff. Looks like a 1-3-1 zone here for Hamilton. Mel Bennett. A bit of a junk defense.
Yeah, it does. It was a 1-3-1, which means that the corner spots are going to be open. Just with the offensive looks here, you'll see a lot of ball go through Kailani, Albert, Niha's hands, who seems to be the lead facilitator for Hamilton girls. But with EK in transition pushing it down the floor, Rebecca Moore should be able to finish. However, that pass was kicked off.
Eat your words, Mal.
That pass just probably a dribble too late. Away come Hamilton girls. And Kailani is in the 14, not the 4. A few numbers have changed.
The bank is open on a Friday morning.
Absolutely, get down there early, get your banking done, get it out the way.
Yeah, they really have to look after the ball.
Yeah.
Just a couple of turnovers with those passes, and both passes, if they've been trying to get it into Rebecca Moore's, it'll be nice for her to get a early look at the rim if she can connect with the entry passes.
I like they're looking for her in the dunker spot there, though. If they can get that going, that'll be pretty successful.
Full court Wahine to Wahine defense here from Westlake girls. Great kick to the corner. And again, it's that quick decision-making Hamilton girls are looking to use to get to the hoop. And off the Papa Moody. Great start here for Hamilton girls.
Yeah, they'll be happy with this hot start they have been missing during tournament.
Here's Schroeder up top. They're trying to find Moores as she sets the low screen, the short roll, and up and in. That's the first points for Westlake girls. Mal, a play you want to get going early and often.
Yeah, no, they need to get going early, and it's going to be coming from their transition points, so they need to take care of the defensive boards down this end, disrupt and create turnovers so they can generate some fast break looks. That's a better pass from EK.
Getting the ball in earlier to Rebecca Moores, but that offensive rebound is huge. Here is William Sefor off the on ball. Again, that short roll. Schroeder considered the kudu. Fifi Toru puts up the floater instead. And a big rebound for Lani Albert Neha.
All the way. And you don't want to get Cody into foul trouble early. I think I've seen a couple of games where she's been in a little bit of trouble. And being a big part of this Westlake team, you want to make sure we're being careful with those ones.
And that just comes from Hamilton girls pushing the pace and putting massive pressure on the defensive transition for Westlake girls. And that's a player you want to be targeting. You want to get Cody in foul trouble, so she needs to be really smart with her verticality on defense.
100%. And a hard player to finish over, Cody.
Mel, in terms of transition defense, when you coach it, what's the latest point that you want your players to pick the ball up?
It's pretty much to get a stop up the floor as early as possible when we just try and match up with the nearest player, and then secondly by size, and then thirdly by your defensive assignment if you can. But you need to match up and especially put pressure on the ball. You'll see there that Kailani is able to dribble wherever she wants and make a pass up ahead to Elise Gilbert, unfortunately, who could not connect on that.
Cody showing her athleticism.
Blocks.
Yeah, 100%. Chief says no.
Again, that corner is open for Westlake. Anytime they want to move the ball there, we're going to see an early on ball. Cody rejects it. MK Schroeder, Kurufifi Toru in and out, but again, Cody is there for the putback off the Papa Moody.
We're going to see a lot of that today, I'm assuming. Cody, very athletic.
And they need to do a better job here. Westlake in transition. Hamilton girls able to dribble through them anytime they want, and they get away with one there. Here comes Stowers for Westlake girls all the way and draws the Hara.
That was a great take to the basket, considering she had both rebounders behind her still trailing down the floor, but she saw a gap and she decided to take it.
Fantastic work there from cameraman Sam, giving us the angle we wanted. A former referee here at the secondary school national championships. He knows the exact angles referees are going to take to see it, and that's what we got.
Elise Gilbert also coming out of the ball game now. Will take her first break.
And Anahita Worsfold actually comes in, and she's originally from Te Tai Tokerau, so from up north, plays representative basketball for Northland. Also another athlete on the long list for the New Zealand under-16. So they do have a guard-heavy team.
And a lot of experience behind them. Well defended though by Westlake, so they're picking things up a little bit after a slow defensive start.
Well, you know the old adage, we're the champions till we're the champions. No, Mo. Westlake working their way back into this game, but it's always tough, isn't it, against that 1-3-1.
The corner's just wide open, but Westlake not taking huge advantage of it, especially on this left-hand side.
And just as you say that, they try and look to the corner, but just another overpass.
I'd like to see them stretch the floor a little bit more and kind of make Hamilton work and force them to cover more bases than they are right now.
Well, Hamilton's doing really well with that 1-3-1 as they come out in transition, another turnover, but they're forcing those Westlake catches to be 1 or 2 steps behind the 3-point line, meaning that if Westlake catch, they're less of a threat to go up and shoot it.
I like a little bit of added pressure as well, not just dropping back and being complacent, slowing things down just a little bit more for Hamilton.
Great cut there from Moores. William Sefo, Kurufifi Toru is short. And rebound, Caitlin Hell again out in transition come Hamilton girls.
Yep, Westlake just not putting any pressure on them in transition. They're able to get up the floor so easily at the moment.
Lovely look there into the top as into the hoop. Outside, that's going to be a mid-range. Pakite is long, and the tūrapa into the hands of Emma K. Schroeder.
They're doing a very good job disallowing anything for Rebecca Moores right now.
Well, such a key cog is all the way to the hoop. Albert Neha with the easy kudu whakau, and it is Hamilton girls up 8-5 over defending champions Westlake girls.
Westlake obviously losing a big part of their offense, Amy Pateman, with injuries, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult for them to adjust offensively.
Mal, they're struggling a little bit as we see the offensive tūrapa for William Sefo up and in. Is there a chance maybe to run a cross screen or something for Moores to get her open?
I think they should try and negate the 1-3-1 by having 2 slots, 2 corners and an inside post. Use fake and make passes, maybe get an inside touch and kick it straight to the corner. You'll see them trying to initiate something with a dribble handoff, and it's just going right into the defence. That's what they want them to do. So just moving the ball like they are now is a lot better.
100%. Stretching the floor in that way makes Hamilton kind of have to cover more bases than one, and eventually you'll come up with an open player. They have a better job there, though, to try and slow that transition. Gives up the foul, but better than a wide open layup.
We're going to see a timeout taken here from Hamilton girls. Coach Mel Bennett, putting your coaching hat back on, keeping you sharp. What would Lana be looking to talk about in this timeout?
Yeah, because Westlake has called this timeout, it's obviously they want to try and counter that 1-3-1 defence and probably work on their their defensive transition game. But if I was Lana, I would change the defence up again so they show something different when they come back out, because Westlake will come in trying to counter the 1-3-1. If she can change the defence up, then they'll be stunned again a little bit. So I'm just wondering if she'll do that.
Even just for a couple of positions, that could be a smart move just to throw Westlake off a bit. Kind of feel like they've wasted a timeout.
Middleton Grange head coach Maya Williamson. On the flip side, Bronwyn Davidson. What is she going to be looking to change?
I mean, I think as we've recognised in these last 6 minutes, their transition defence needs to step up a little bit. Hamilton can get up the floor very easily at the moment. They're not doing a very good job at slowing the ball. I think it's a little bit harder when you're playing against a zone to tag up on a specific player as the shot goes up, but they need to do a better job at meeting the ball early, slowing it, and allowing the rest of the defence to get back and set up to disallow easy buckets.
Hamilton girls inbound. Good pressure here from Westlake, matching up in wahine to wahine defence, but again, just drawing that extra defender, kicking it to the space.
Huge rebound. Cody, just athletic as ever.
Cody already with 3 rebounds here in the first quarter. Lily Fotu, great pass. And Elin Vincent, too strong, gets the offensive tūrapa. And called jump ball. That is going to be Hamilton girls ball.
So I guess the danger of that zone that they are playing that's successful at the moment is those offensive tūrapas. I think we've seen multiple already from the Westlake side.
Mel, is there anything as a coach you can do? I know when you're in a zone, you're guarding a space rather than a wahine, but to help them match up as soon as that shot goes up to try and find someone to box out?
Yeah, you'd want them to tag up so it slows down the transition game as well. If you can tag up and get just underneath and behind the player and try and contest the offensive rebound to take away space as well.
And that is why you always follow up your teammates on the fast break. Rebecca Moores over the top of everyone as we have another look at it here on the action replay. Up and in.
Give me that.
And a Kurutotuku is short.
But see now, a better job. It looks like they're in their full court 1-2-2.
And travel is called, and that is one of the benefits of having a player with the wingspan
Absolutely.
of Rebecca Moores up the top of that press.
In their final last year against St Andrews College, they got a very early lead and able to maintain that the entire game through because of their 1-2-2 press.
Yeah, I was speaking to Adam Morgan this morning, and the scoreline from last year's final is almost tattooed on his brain. Cody, no good. Elin Vincent, again, has had a bright start to this match. And another foul. That is foul number 4 on Hamilton Girls High School. Let's see what bag of tricks Bronwyn Davidson has.
Looks like Hamilton have now matched up. Maybe just for this defensive position, I'm unsure.
Cody finds Elin, tried to find Rebecca Moores. Her arms aren't quite that long. And away come Hamilton Girls High School. That is going to be turnover number 5 for Westlake already.
Yeah, really want to minimise those 5, and not even the quarter done yet. Can be harmful.
Maya, for Middleton Grange, do you have a number of turnovers that you go, this is acceptable, this isn't acceptable over the length of the game?
4 a quarter, you know, is like kind of the maximum. Obviously, you don't want any, but once it starts creeping up above 4 a quarter, that's when you kind of start to see a bit of an issue.
A pair of Kuru Totukus to be shot here from Hamilton Girls, and tie us back up here at 9 apiece. Little bit of a nervy start, but Mel, I guess the key thing is, right, if there's nerves and the other team is showing it as well, it evens the whole game out.
It does even the whole game out, and I think probably you won't see until the third quarter of who's going to start pulling away in this game, or is it actually going to be a grind until the end buzzer like you saw in the previous overtime game with St Peter's and Napier Girls. But, you know, both teams have got nothing to lose. This is what they came here for. Coach Bronwyn Davidson won't want to be giving this game up.
Absolutely.
After being, you know, a national champion last year.
Yeah, totally agree.
And those points are like gold for Westlake Girls. Off of the steal from Cody Williams-Sefort. And good spacing here from Hamilton Girls, just looking to attack. And the floater is short. Rebound number 5 now for Cody.
Westlake doing a very good job at moving their feet laterally and walling up, being vertical inside. They've only given away 2 fouls this quarter.
Here is Schroeder, no good, but again, which way is that going to go? That's going to go against Rebecca Moores. That will be her first personal, but Mal, it can be such a weapon if you've got a big rebounder like Rebecca to be able to just shoot confidently, knowing that you've got a good chance of getting the offensive tūrapa.
That's a massive weapon, and that's probably something that Hamilton Girls do not have. I was actually lucky. I thought maybe a foul would have been called on Emma Kay's shot prior to that. But, another rebound from Cody. That would be rebound number 6, I'm assuming.
I believe you said that she's on minute restrictions, Mel?
She was for the beginning of the tournament. She's just easing her way back in. So minutes restrictions for premierships, and then at the beginning of this tournament she was on minute restrictions, but I understand that those have now been ironed out.
Great little find there out of the baseline, out of bounds. Schroeder couldn't quite corral the pass, and Williams-Sefort, Kurufifi Toru is long. Fight for the tūrapa, and away come Hamilton Girls. We're finding a lot of drive and kick here from Hamilton Girls.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any off-ball actions that they could look to run as they work the ball around?
I'd like to see maybe a little off-ball screen, possibly a pin down or a flare screen to get shooters open, but I definitely think it's important to engage the other side of the defense as well. Drive and kick, not always able to create much for these guys. Gone a little bit cold in terms of their scoring in the last few minutes.
Foul number 4 on Westlake. That is going to be Schroeder's second one. And into the game, the third former, or what the new kids say, year 9, is Katie Moores. Shout out as well to older siblings Jess and James if they are watching, wherever they are. As Moores, they're just short on the Kuruwhaku, and away come Hamilton girls, but much better transition defense from Westlake there. Mal as the Kuruwhiwhi Toto is up and good.
You do not want to leave a Nia Nelson open. She's a lockdown catch and shoot three-point shooter, so...
Fotu Kuruwhiwhi Toto is short into the safe hands of Elise Gilbert. And that is going to do us for quarter number 1 of AA girls, semi-final number 1. Hamilton girls take the lead on their last possession, 12-11 over Westlake girls. Maya Williamson first for Westlake. What did you like? What could they look to improve going to quarter 2?
I think they made a very good adjustment coming out of that timeout to, number 1, stop the transition that Hamilton were getting so easily. And I love the addition of that 1-2 press. Not only has it caused turnovers, but slowed down Hamilton completely, and now they've had to adjust how they've been scoring. So I've really liked the way that they have learned to adjust that.
And then Mel on the other side, as we see a lovely Westlake sign there made by the fans. For Hamilton girls, what did you like? What did they look to improve moving forward?
Oh, look, I do like the zone stifled Westlake initially, so that was good. Pushing the ball in transition, just maybe try and generate the shots that they want, which a lot of them, are, you know, like Maya said, it's a dribble penetration kick kind of team, and that's a Waikato basketball system, you know, that you know. So it's just how can they get other looks? Can they set some sort of screen action? Because it seems to be like, you know, just dribble penetration kick.
Yeah, I'd like to see a couple of on-balls. I think Lani Albert-Neha can be quite effective coming out of an on-ball, especially on the right-hand side, coming onto her left. She's pretty effective on that left hand, and especially with Elise Gilbert, who's a really good finisher around the rim. I'd like to see a little bit more of that.
As we see Coach Miles Pearce dropping a bit of knowledge on some young athletes. It's been awesome to have, actually, Miles jumping into the commentary booth every now and then. One of the more colourful characters of Secondary School Nationals 2023.
He knows a lot as well, and he's seen a lot and done a lot of basketball, so he is, oh, some fresh kicks there, Andrew.
I know, they didn't get just new jerseys, Maya. They've gone for the whole thing as Westlake coming back onto the floor. It's going to be their ball, courtesy of the 2 tie-ups we had in quarter number 1.
What a good first quarter it's been so far.
Absolutely. Any, we call them ATOs, but you can also run them at quarter time. Anything that they would look to run here?
We'll have to see.
Nice little cut here. How are they going to try and get Rebecca Moores the ball? There she is, very close to the hoop, up and in. Perfect first possession for Westlake in quarter 2.
Really nice finish as well from Rebecca Moores.
Trying to trap, no good. Stolen from Rebecca Moores, out to the races, and draws the Hara.
Such a cheat code having those long arms that she has. You cannot teach that.
Wouldn't know. My arms are very, very average.
My arms are very below average. She's had also a great year heading over to the NBA Academy Camp and the Basketball Without Borders, and about to go away with the Junior Tall Ferns. So she has lit it up this year.
The amount of travel that kids get to do now, Mel, it's pretty special, isn't it?
They're so lucky.
Hey, you've been away too. Come on, Mel.
Yeah, I know, I've been away, but just the opportunities that are out there now for our youth and our rangatahi to go and experience, you know, high levels of basketball, and to also the exposure to be seen.
So it looks like Westlake also came out under 2-3 there. And well defended. Only 5 seconds now for these guys to work with.
As that is short, tipped out, saved by Katie Moores, and outlet pass into the hands of Lily Fotu. Older sister Mia was part of the team in 2022. There's a great steal there from Caitlin Hull. And this is where Hamilton girls are so dangerous in transition. Kuruwhiwhi Toru is up and good for Lani Albert Neha.
Proving why she is also a junior Tulfer and heading away this Saturday.
It's a long couple of weeks, isn't it, for the athletes?
I'm sure they're loving it.
Oh, absolutely. That's why we've got strength and conditioning specialists such as Logan Boddicker on the North Shore. As off the Papamuri, no good, but the hara is drawn.
Great footwork from Zenthia Stowers to draw the foul there, and it puts pressure. Now they've got 2 team fouls already in the quarter, only like into the 2nd minute.
As we have another look there at the step through.
One thing I've been loving from athletes this tournament is their ability to play off 2 feet. We've seen some very nice footwork from an array of kids, and such a great fundamental skill to develop at a young age, learning to play off 2 and make decisions that way.
Maya, as a coach yourself, what are some drills that young kids listening at home could implement to help improve their footwork?
Love to have one when you have offense on the outside, on the elbow with defense on the inside. You got between 2 and 5 dribbles, and then you've got to learn to finish through contact that way. Does a really good job at teaching kids on how to play off 2 or off 1 if they have an advantage.
Great no call there from the referees. Here's Rebecca Moore's little handoff. Kurufifi Toru off the bank.
It's getting hot in here.
Morgan Tufea with a huge basket for Westlake girls. Looking to create some pressure, but Hamilton inside and 1.
2 great back-to-back positions.
Anaya Nelson rocking the grey and pink kicks as we have another look at it here. Takes the contact, goes up, and converts with ease. Off the tupper there, but the offensive tūrapa. Hull again, and the Papamuri. The reserve bank must have moved the OECD because everyone is getting some free money out of the bank today.
Wow.
Sepho with the spin. And again, Moore's just above everyone, passes to Fotu off everything of the tapa. But the tūrapa, Hamilton girls, and again, Westlake trying to get some pressure in the full court, managing to slow Hamilton girls down here. 19 apiece. Just over 7 minutes to play as the Kurufifi Toru is up and again is good.
Can't leave her open. That's her 2nd one today and had all the space in the world. You want to at least get some sort of hand up to that.
Mel, I'm really enjoying just how patient the ball movement is from Hamilton, and it's that big thing, isn't it, of catching the ball, getting ready to shoot.
It is, and I think, you know, a lot of these girls on the floor from Hamilton, apart from all won a national championship at representative age group level. So, you know, they're very cool, calm and collected, composed. They know which shots they can take and, you know, which are tough shots to take. And generally those tough shots are because of late shot clock.
As we have another look at the replay there, the out of bounds is going to go. Maya, Westlake here taking a timeout. What do you think Nella and Bronwyn are going to be wanting to discuss to change here for Westlake girls?
Well, I believe they came out in a zone defense, which is not a bad tactic there from Bronwyn, but you have to get out to shooters, right? Kaylani made them pay those last 2 possessions with 2 wide open wing threes, something you don't want to give up from a successful shooter. So, and in that last possession, we saw a couple of offensive tūrapas as well. So probably just wanting to get the job done, be accountable defenders, get hands on shooters, get the job done, get your rebounds.
On the flip side, Mel, Lana Kershaw must be loving they're starting to get some open Kurufifi Torus. Is there any adjustments that you think they might look to make here?
You know, Anaya Nelson is shooting the ball well, and so is Kaylani, Albert, Neha. I'd like to get the ball into their hands a lot more. A lot of that timeout, Coach Lana Kershaw was having a corridor with Team Grey, so that timeout was obviously to get some advice from them about some particular calls, and Carlin, the assistant coach, would have been talking to the girls to keep them motivated, moving back into the game. So
it's been wonderful to see how personable Team Grey has been. Obviously, Mel, it's the corridors they've had with you during Tauihi League that's probably led to this.
Yeah, no, look, we had the opportunity to discuss before we even went onto the floor pre-season, during season, with the referee leader, Ken Colson. So we had open comm lines, and then that information was being distributed through. But at all times of the game, if you needed to approach the referee at an appropriate time, then they were very forthcoming and came to have a chat. Sometimes they just didn't want to, and then they just moved on, and then you had to keep coaching. But how much time do you actually waste energy talking to the referees? You need to focus on your game plan at the same time.
Maya, do you know which school is giving us the answer to Where's Wally? Down the opposite end to our baseline camera cam.
That is St Margaret's College in Christchurch. Lovely school gear they have. Catches your eye, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Again, Westlake girls still wahine to wahine defense, a tip ball, and will be Hamilton baseline.
Good job there to
9
neutralise
seconds.
that drive from Kailani on her left hand.
Hamilton girls just going to go straight into drive to the hoop. And a beautiful feed to Altea Nordstrom with the easy rua. 2-3 zone here from Hamilton girls. A little bit more traditional, but Mel, again, just another defense as we see a steal. Great body control. And somehow ends up in the hands of Rebecca Moores, looking to get an outlet pass to Elam Vincent over the top.
So
and a chance to catch our breaths.
2 back-to-back turnovers for Westlake. They had chances to capitalise in transition, but turned the ball over twice.
Turnover count now is 9 for Westlake girls, 10 for Hamilton girls. So maybe both teams just waiting for the new release from Moulton with a bit more grip to help them take control offensively, as a lovely kick-ahead pass. 13 on 13. Kurufifi Toru up and short. Doesn't hit anything on the back structure. And that is where Elise Gilbert can be so dangerous for Hamilton girls.
Yeah, tough matchup for Rebecca Moores there. Obviously, probably a little bit less on the stronger side than Elise Gilbert, so that's a tough matchup for her.
Kurufifi Toru up, no good. Elin Vincent with rebound number 4. And both teams just finding ways to get offensive two-uppers. Has to put it up. Hits the tupper, and again, another offensive two-upper.
And they reset the shot clock as well, so that was interesting that wasn't pulled up by Coach Bronwyn Davidson.
How many fouls is that on Rebecca Moores
That's
now?
going to be Rebecca Moore's second.
Not too dangerous, but don't want to get those creeping up.
No, tried to get a sub in a bit too late. Gilbert very sensibly goes at Moores. And Elin Vincent comes away with it full court. Wahine to Wahine pressure here. 2 seconds to get it over. And do so, Westlake girls. I like the trap there, Mal, trying to keep the ball on the same side, slow it down for Westlake.
Yeah, I think Hamilton girls have done a great job of showing a lot of different defenses this game so early. They've come out in a man, they've come out in a 2-3, looks like a 2-1-2, a 1-3-1. They're trapping in the right trapping zones. You know, they've done a really good defensive job.
I think it's a beautiful thing, isn't it, of school basketball compared to representative basketball. Representative basketball, we might have players for 3 months as a Kurufifi Toru is no good. Whereas school basketball, over those 5 years, you can really build out your defensive schemes, Maya.
Yeah, I totally agree. And obviously these girls, some of them part of the championship team last year, and understand what it means to be a championship team, understand what it means to kind of play that defense to get you to that next level. So definitely a whole level of understanding here from both sides as well, and some expert coaches also able to influence that very heavily.
Foul there. There's going to be team foul number 4 on Hamilton girls. So any drives where the contact is deemed illegal from the referees, as we have another look at it here on the action replay. And a lot of contact leading to the hara.
Cody's doing a very good job at penetrating and drawing fouls, trying to create for herself and her teammates. She's definitely been one of the best, or almost the best, for Westlake here today.
Yes, Cody has 4 points and 7 rebounds as the hara is drawn.
So their job now should just be to try and get to the line to generate those points, stop the clock, get a break as well.
Yeah. Catch your breath, ladies.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long game.
Timeout, Hamilton girls. Mel, what do they need to adjust? It feels like a bit of momentum coming back towards Westlake girls at the moment.
They need to adjust their defence now because they're just giving up too many fouls. With 3 minutes 43 to go, if they continue to foul, the points are going to creep up. So it's going to be interesting to see how she adjusts their defensive strategy. Offensively, I think they're doing a great job of moving bodies and the ball around at the same time. Like, they're collapsing defence, and they know, like, they've got smart players on the floor. They know when to kick it out, and they know when they're open, or they know when they need to re-penetrate into the keyhole.
Foul watch for Hamilton girls. Lani has 3. Caitlin Hull has 3, which is huge in the first half for Westlake. Zenthia Stowers with 2 and Rebecca Moores with 2. Emma K. Schroeder also has 2. So Maya Williamson, some real crucial pieces in foul trouble. Well, not trouble, but it's really going to test the depth of either side, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, and also test the discipline of these girls. Can they be aware enough to not take risks? Sometimes you can be over physical, especially to start a ball game, but when those fouls start to creep up, you definitely need to be aware of that and need to be disciplined in walling up and keeping your hands out, because these officials aren't having any of it today.
Not at all. Schroeder there, slightly tired legs on day 5. Leaves that one short. Chance to cut this one to a 2-possession game. And that is long. Gotta love a good commentator's curse.
Well done, Andrew. Doing a better job, though, Westlake, since the first quarter, to slow down Hamilton's transition, forcing them to play in the half court.
Strip there. That is going to be turnover number 12.
Yeah.
Here come Hamilton girls, 2-3 zone. Might be a matchup there as well, as Cody rises high and grabs rebound number 8.
I think they've done a really great job, Westlake, now adjusting that 2-3 zone. You see Rebecca Moores coming out very high from the corner and closing out that shooter. Like you said, Mel Anaya is a very good three-point shooter, so they've done a good job at their low players playing quite high and disallowing the three-point shot now.
As Hamilton girls with the easy run out and was out of bounds. But Mel, it's always interesting, you know, usually the tallest player is in the very middle of the zone, but it's nice to see sometimes coaches use those wingspans or the wings or up top.
There was a problem with the rotation on the other side.
Hara is drawn. That's going to be Hara number 3 on Westlake. Maya, almost a sensible foul there from Westlake with a 3-on-1 fast break.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes if your defense alone can't do it, you need to give a take foul to slow their transition. Don't know if that was intentional or not, but nevertheless forces them to play in the half court, matched up now.
Well, you see the amount of basketball that kids watch these days, and I wouldn't be surprised if they've seen it happen on TV, and if you can see it, you can be it.
Amen. Great take.
Off the Papa Moody, and Hamilton girls, the first team here to Toru Tako.
Great ball reversal. Looks like Hamilton back in their 1-3-1.
And a big jump shot. But interesting to note there, Mel, everyone on Hamilton girls trying to keep the ball on the same side. Happy to leave that shooter in the far corner wide open. Something to watch.
Yeah, I just think if they could do a skip pass to that corner or pass the ball with an inside touch over, that it would just have them all out of rotation, and then an offensive board will be available if they couldn't make that shot. So let's see if they can figure that out.
Totally agree. Like you said, keeping those slots and corners filled to kind of stretch the defense a little bit more and then take advantage of the seams.
Great rotation there to Morse. Finds her sister in the dunker spot. Long and away come Hamilton girls. Big turn-upper there for Nordstrom.
Yeah, unfortunately a travel call, and I think Westlake are doing a better job of locating people in defensive transition, which is putting pressure and kind of adding that perception of anxiety and,
Yeah,
and extra
totally.
pressure, you know.
Nice little pass over the top there to Cody Williams-Seffort. Into Rebecca Moore's Kuru Fifi Toru is up. And long. Big rebound. Worsfold.
Looks like they're in. Is that a 3-2 we have, I believe?
Does look like that, yes.
Both teams doing a very good job at switching between defenses, even in possession after possession.
Rebound Moores. That is rebound number 4 now as she brings the ball up herself, takes the contact and is stripped.
Yeah, Temepara Walker just classy on that ball grab there to pull it away from Moores.
Leaves the shooter wide open for the Kuru Fifi Toru. And Moores, nice tip there to Schroeder, out and about, kick ahead pass.
Good
Draws
take
the
to the
heart.
basket.
Yep, and great awareness that Hamilton girls are in a tendency of fouling right now and earning herself a trip to the charity stripe. Seems like there's been multiple of those this quarter.
So we have another look there, and that hand just came down, didn't it? Making it an easy call for the team in grey.
Free throw shooting, such a fundamental skill.
Maya, you're a sniper in your basketball time. Do you ever find it hard sometimes when the net's caught up like this to shoot?
Nothing phases me, mate.
Love it.
Converts the second Kuru Totuku. And 2-2-1 zone press here from Westlake girls. Back into a matchup, wahine to wahine defense.
Great job. They do a very good job at penetrate and find open shooters. That's a great look for Elise, open in the mid-range.
Rebound number 8 for Cody. Katie Moore's Kuru Fifi Toru. And
Great
Schroeder
hustle.
saved that one. And this might almost become an advantage for West Hamilton girls.
Oh, and a buzzer beater!
Give me
Temepara
that!
Walker!
Yes, ma'am.
Bit of a coach killer for Westlake. A sigh of relief for Hamilton girls. They take the lead 33-26. We're going to take a quick commercial break and be back with the second half.
This is an opportunity that we can't pass up. Ladies and gentlemen,
This isn't about what we wore back in the day.
we're going to go now. Going once, going twice. No more offers. Sold!
It's about being trusted to get a better result for our clients since 1973.
Sport is about more than just the game. It's about going from teammates to best mates. It's the high fives and helping hands. It's learning when to back yourself or back your buddies. It's actually being excited to get out of bed early on a Saturday. Sport is about more than just the game. That's why Caltex is proud to help fuel school sports.
From us, it's a huge thank you to New Zealand Carbon Farming. The opportunities and the sponsorship that's been provided is pretty crucial for our school.
We're buying new volleyball gear, So volleyball nets, balls, and the stands to attach the volleyball nets to the floor. Volleyball is a very popular sport. Kids find it to be fun.
We'd just like to thank you from Taumarunui High School. See.
Funding is a real challenge. We know that a lot of schools face that ongoing, and the reality is if you go to a lower decile school in New Zealand, you are less likely to be able to afford to participate in sport.
Obviously, having come through it myself with kids and being one of those kids myself who played sport, I know how much it defined who I was. And now being able to go, I can't fix it all, but we can help and try and give to those people who are going through really tough times.
Welcome back here to Fly Palmy Arena as we have a look at the Hamilton girls huddle. Some quick stats for you. Firstly, for Hamilton girls, leading scorer Lani Albert-Neha with 10 points, 6 rebounds and 2 assists. Timapara Walker has 9 points, and Anaya Nelson 7 points and 4 rebounds with 2 assists. On the flip side for Westlake girls, Cody Williams-Sefor has 4 points, so along with big 8 rebounds. Rebecca Moore's leading them with 10 points and 5 rebounds. But Maya Williamson, also joined by Mel Bennett, but the key stat for Westlake girls, giving up 13 turnovers as well as 8 offensive boards. I don't have any hair left to lose, but you've got to feel Bronwyn's scratching ahead a little bit.
Absolutely, and I was having a look at those stats at half-time. So they've turned the ball over 13 times, which has given Hamilton 17 points from turnovers. So 17 of 33 points, all off of Westlake turnovers. They need to do a better job at securing the ball and treating it like gold, because that is 3 points for Hamilton, and it's going to be a very easy ball game for them if they can continue to score in that way.
On the flip side, Mel Bennett, similar thing for Hamilton girls. They've given up 14 turnovers and 12 offensive rebounds. So you've got to think if they can clean that up, this 7-point lead could really start to extend.
Yeah, and I think Hamilton girls, with their turnovers, there's a few footwork issues. There's also just passing, not looking after the ball, and you either make those passes shorter or that they're actually passing a step behind, like the pass was there and then it's gone quickly. They need to do a better job of keeping Cody and Rebecca off the boards as well.
Yeah.
Hamilton girls in the maroon, white and black are going to get us underway in half number 2. Semi-final number 1 of the girls Double A, who is going to take on the winner of Stack versus Tauranga girls as the Kuruwhiwhi Rua goes up.
And so Westlake starting out in a 3-2 zone, I believe.
Dream start here for Hamilton girls. Looks like they are playing a
2-3, I think.
Correct.
And it's an aggressive 2-3, like they extended pressure outside the 3-point line to start with. My concern is that Anaya Nelson is heating up now in double figures. Can they get a closeout on her?
Here is Westlake. Hamilton girls finding a way to dissect this 2-3 zone. Kuruwhiwhi Toru goes up, and Lani now has 13 points. My dream start for Hamilton to start this second half.
Yeah, you literally couldn't ask for anything better. Westlake going to have to make decisions about their defense now and anticipate these passes a little bit more. Like Kailani's 3 Kuruwhiwhi Torus, all open. No contest whatsoever.
Down goes the Bailey sign, of course. Massive thank you to their sponsorship. This is broadcast on Whakata Māori. Thank you as well to Apollo Projects and New Zealand Carbon Farming. And the big one, New Zealand Community Trust. Another turnover for Westlake girls. And we're almost at 20 points off turnovers for Hamilton. 14-point lead.
Yep, I like the way they've come out so aggressive in this 2-3, pressuring the guards into making forced decisions.
Schroeder short on the Kuruwhiwhi Toru, and a big tūrapa for Caitlin Hull. And the hara is drawn. How early is too early for a timeout if you're Westlake?
If they score another basket, she's definitely going to need to take a timeout because that would be a 10 or an 11-point run.
Totally, and I think there are decisions that need to be made regarding their defence and what kind of style they come out with. Possibly a zone, not the best choice considering the hot hand of Hamilton at the moment. And it looks like they've come out of that zone.
Fresh 24 for Hamilton girls off of Vahara. Little give and go there with Hull. And the cut was definitely on. Out to the corner. And rebound Cody. That is rebound number 9. And another turnover for Westlake girls.
Yeah, so you really want to look after the ball, right? How many turnovers is that now? I think 14 or 15 for Westlake.
15 should be.
Yeah.
Live stats are saying 16 turnovers.
Wow.
But I think the big one there for Westlake, a lot of their turnovers have been live ball situations, which is where all those points of turnovers have come for Hamilton. So the fact that it was an out of bounds is too strong on the closeout. Hara is drawn, and a chance for a Kuru Totoku.
So what you'll see now is they're doing really long closeouts and almost rushing past the player, which gives them an opportunity to penetrate into the keyhole and then find somebody else on the perimeter.
Yeah, and Hamilton girls are a very good drive and kick team. They've done a very good job at penetrating and recognising what is a good shot and when is a good time to kick it out. So they're just fully taking advantage of this Westlake defence at the moment.
Foul number Toru on Schroeder. She will take a seat back into the game. Number 6, Katie Moores.
Good experience for Katie to jump into this ball game at the age of year 9.
Hustle for the ball, and that is going to be Westlake basketball.
So they're going to want to get a score here, right? No momentum.
Yes.
Don't believe they have scored in this quarter yet, and could be looking at a timeout if they don't score in this position.
Let's see what they're drawing up. A little bit of false pressure here from Hamilton girls. Happy to be in the Wahine. Sorry, 2-1-2 look now. Slightly higher than the traditional 2-3. Stowers, Kuru, Fifi Toru, no good. And again, Cody with her 10th rebound. Moores from the free throw line extended.
That's a great look. And another transition point.
Well, that's the best look you can possibly get, right? Westlake girls caught napping in transition.
And
beautiful pass over the top.
You'll see that Coach Bronwyn Davidson has now requested a timeout, but the bench, I don't think, heard her in time.
Here is Fotu. Good pressure here. Close there to being an illegal screen, but going to be given on number 7, Anaya Nelson. And timeout is called, Westlake girls. Maya, what is the simplest adjustment you feel Westlake could make here to help get themselves back into this game?
Look after the ball, you know, like we say, live ball turnovers, giving Hamilton extra possessions, and they are capitalising on that as well. Westlake, not even sufficing to Hamilton's pressure, they're just throwing long passes in transition and making errant decisions. I think they need to be a little bit more careful, even if that means slowing the ball down and not capitalising in transition quite as much as they want to. But they're giving Hamilton free extra possessions, and that's why the lead now almost at 20.
Mel, what adjustment would Hamilton look to make just to stay one step ahead of this game?
I think probably just securing rebounds. Everything else they're doing pretty well. They've now put Westlake under so much pressure to try and fight back, to come back within, you know, below 10 points is where you want to be going into the final quarter. Otherwise, it's just too hard to throw it all out there in the fourth.
Good to see the crowd getting involved. If you are in Palmerston North, get on down as we see some of the referees. And Maya, I can see in the flat peak there, your biggest fan, Gareth Tian.
Oh, he does love me. Made a great tweet to Justin Nelson about my commentating early in the year, so thank you so much for that, legend.
And almost a turnover there from Katie Moores.
I'd love to see their wing players doing a little more work to get open as well. I think they're kind of making it a little bit too easy for these top Hamilton guards. They shouldn't be able to get continuous deflections one over and over. Like, they're lucky they didn't get a turnover on that one, but they need to be a lot more careful than they're being right now.
Would you look to add an exchange in, or what's something that they could do to make that easier?
I mean, it's as simple as like a V-cut or something you learn as a young kid, right?
For the uninitiated back home, can you talk us through a V-cut.
Oh, that's a very hard thing to do with no visual demonstration, but even just taking your player in below the three-point line, sealing, making contact a little bit, and then jumping out with an arm out, able to receive the ball uncontested.
My generation, that was a flash cut.
Well, you know.
I'm old. We know.
You are old. Too old.
Back in the 80s, I think it was still a V-cut when I was coming through.
I was not even the concept of an idea in the 80s.
I thought it was your 25th birthday the other day, Mel.
I thought it was the 21st.
Here comes Cody Williams-Steffel into the corner. That's a good look there for Zenthia Stowers. And out of the timeout, Westlake have pulled this back.
Very much needed basket from Z, and a good deflection.
Feels like so much more urgency now for this Westlake side. They've caught fire a little bit, gained a little bit of momentum, and now we can see things are starting to work in their way a little bit more.
Well, one of those plays that if Miles Pearce was the CEO of FIBA would have been Westlake ball. Of course, Meyer in 3x3 in a defensive tie-up goes to the defensive team.
Indeed, love that role. Westlake in a man, great decision defensively, and another steal now.
Rebecca Moore's happy to slow this one up. Good transition defense here from Hamilton girls. Schroeder with the up fake into Moore.
Yes. Pass.
Lovely. Like that.
How soon is too soon for Hamilton girls to come back with a timeout of their own?
I think if they don't score here and Westlake score, possibly looking at a timeout. Do you agree, Mel?
Yeah, I'd agree.
And that eases a lot of pressure, gives themselves a chance to save that timeout, have a little huddle, talk about little adjustments that could be made.
Great call, Tyler.
Westlake having a huddle of their own. The first Kurutotuku is good for Altea Nordstrom.
I believe that's actually Temepara Walker, number 4.
Oh, it's number 4. Apologies. These new uniforms for Hamilton girls, they didn't think about the commentators when they made them.
It's okay, Andrew. We forgive you.
Need to go to Specsavers.
So they're still in that elevated pressure on the 2-3.
Nice little on ball there. The pick and pop for Cody. Kick to the corner. Kurufifi Toru is up and short, but again, Cody Williams-Steffel and draws the hara on Temepara Walker. Subs coming in for Hamilton girls. As we have another look here on the action replay.
And the injection of Elise Gilbert back into the ball game will be a big one to kind of minimise the damage that Cody can do.
Elise Gilbert with 3 rebounds and 3 points, but 2 big blocks.
Yeah.
She's also a level head, you know, she can stay composed and lead the group on the floor.
Absolutely, and I've seen her be a very great communicator in the middle of that zone, instructing her teammates where to go and being the captain in that way.
Cody converts the second. Full court pressure here from the Westlake girls, but again, Hamilton able to get in behind the defense into Bloody Nose Lane, and the floater is good.
Anaya Nelson having herself a ball game here today. Great
nice
find.
weak side cut.
Yep, good job.
Fotu, the deep Rua jump shot, as again, out comes Albaneha, and good ball rotation. Foot was on the line. Moores can't come down with it. And the Kurufifi Toru is up long off the tupper, and an offensive two-upper. Out comes Williams-Steffel, and that is going to be point number 6 for Cody.
And straight back into their pressure, but Hamilton's handling it very well. Haven't turned the ball over too much these last few possessions.
Well, they're giving up that cross-court pass, not much pressure on it, and Hamilton more than happy to oblige as Gilbert. Little rugby pass in and out. And Cody was just falling over as she tried to pass it away. That's rebound number 12. And it'll be Hamilton girls ball and a fresh 14 on the shot clock.
She's doing a very great job at snagging some of these boards. Athleticism, very handy for her.
It's just nice to see her back on the floor playing at national championship level.
Totally.
Westlake going over on that pick and roll defense. Great movement from Cody. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Off the tapa, and the offensive tūrapa taken. And the hara is drawn. And again, it's just where that boxing out is so crucial, trying to stop Hamilton girls with these extra possessions for Westlake girls.
And I believe that's Rebecca's 3rd foul as well, so getting into a little bit of trouble there.
Well, their big 3 of Cody, Emma Kay and Rebecca all now on 3 fouls with just under 14 minutes to play.
And I like the fact that they're going at Rebecca, putting her in a vulnerable position, forcing her to foul, especially getting out of position off the offensive tūrapa and then kind of needing to foul.
And she skies for the tūrapa there. That's going to be a rebound at number 6 for Rebecca Moores as the hara is drawn on the other side. 3rd team foul for Hamilton girls. Westlake have 4 team fouls. So Hamilton as Bronwyn Davidson there. Still looking pretty calm.
Yeah, she's a class act, right? Lots of experience behind her, and you know, like we said previously, the female coach of the year for 2023. So these kind of things will not faze her.
There's still so much basketball left to play in this game as well.
Yep, and we've seen bigger comebacks than this here at this tournament alone, and previous basketball we've seen. I'm sure all 3 of us have seen that. So this is definitely not a danger zone for Westlake, but they do want to make some adjustments.
Are you saying they're not on the highway to the danger zone?
Is that another song reference? Because I can't deal with these song references that Andrew keeps giving me.
Top Gun.
That was very close to 8-second violation.
Here is Westlake girls in a wahine to wahine defense. Kuruwhiwhi Toru up.
Oh,
a lot of contact there.
I'm surprised there was no foul call on that one, but again, we trust Team Grey. I like to see these girls getting physical though, right? Competing for rebounds, putting their body on the line.
Here's Schroeder over to Cody. Again, what ball movement can they get? Out to Stowers, into Moores.
It's lovely ball movement. Hamilton covering it very well though.
Moving screen.
That's number 4 on Rebecca Moores.
And we will see a sub go in. I'm sure Rebecca Moores will be heading out of the ball game.
Just arrived a little bit late and probably could have waited a little bit longer to utilise his screen on that occasion.
But it was great work, wasn't it, from Hamilton girls to double the post early, forcing the ball out of her hands.
Totally.
On ball, we're going to see, yes, we see a switch here from Westlake girls. Head down from Walker. Little floater is short. Big tūrapa, Elin Vincent. That is tūrapa number 5. Katie Moores on the right side. You've got to think, Mal, they've got to try and work these corners a bit more, try and really stretch the Hamilton girls' defense.
Yeah, they do. And, you know, you've got some really young players that have come in on the floor, so they just, once they make a pass, instead of ball watching, you know, what's their next job on the offensive end?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, being still in the zone just gives in exactly what the defense want from you.
Bit of a momentum shift here. Westlake girls got it back within single figures. That is turnover number 17 now for Hamilton girls. We have another look here on the baseline action replay, and just dribbled off her foot as she went to collect it.
Hate that feeling.
Here's Stowers. There was a bit of a lane there on the wing. Instead, opts to pass to Moores.
Yeah, see, Moore's now doing a good job trying to move out of the way, but that's too easy for Hamilton girls.
Temepara Walker with the run out, and the easy Kuru Whakau. This double-digit lead reinstalled for Hamilton.
I'd like to see the points from turnovers now. Imagine it's creeping
23.
up. Wow. Almost half their points scored from Westlake turnovers. That is an athletic move.
Cody gets the ball back. Katie Moores off the Papa Moody, up and in. 50-41 Hamilton girls with just over 90 seconds to play here in quarter number 3. The kick ahead to Stowers with the right hand.
Great work from Westlake, just amping up that defensive pressure.
And you can hear it in the stadium now. A little bit of momentum gained for Westlake. And they do a good job in their half-court defense as well.
Oh, what a little teardrop, though, from Anahera Worsfold.
Yeah, Hamilton have done a good job to kill the momentum that Westlake have gained. You know, there's been multiple times where Westlake could be going on a run and they just get a quick go-ahead bucket to kind of slow that down a bit more.
Schroeder Kurufifi Toru out of the corner. 6-point game now. A minute to play here in quarter 3.
Give me that.
I'd just like to see a bit better spacing as well from Hamilton girls. If she caught that on the 3-point line, could have been a weapon. Good movement. Kurufifi Toru is up. And long off the tupper. Katie Moore's rising up for the big tūrapa. Last possession potentially for Westlake girls in this quarter.
Oh.
Hara number 4.
Just a ill-disciplined foul there. I like that she's trying to pressure the ball, but gives away a silly foul, and I believe... Oh, no, is that her second?
That is the second on Anaya Nelson. Westlake happy to move the ball around. Little screen there. Cody! Long off the top. Elin Vincent rises up and is going to get another position here for Westlake girls with 24 to play. Emma K. Schroeder to inbound. A box look here from Westlake girls. Kick into the corner. Are they going to look to run a screen to come back for Emma K? Find her in the weak side corner. Little fake to the hoop. Draws the Hara and will go to the line with a chance to cut this to 4.
I believe Emma K has had a very good tournament, averaging 14 points per game, and I think she actually made the under-17 tournament team this year. Josh Thompson was telling me he selected her for that. So a great year for her, and she's also having a really great tournament this year.
Again, there's free throws, you know, such a good fundamental to have. There's no pressure for
Westlake
these girls.
8 of 18.
Yeah,
from 8 of 19.
8 of 19.
And yeah, that's 11 points, right? That would be up right now.
Here come Hamilton girls. Final position here of quarter 3. Chance to extend the 6-point lead. Kurufifi Toru is up and short. Will Cody get the ball up?
Oh, not a bad effort.
That's going to be short. So 3 quarters done in this one. Hamilton girls leading the defending AA girls champions, Westlake girls, 52-46. Now, Hamilton just gave up a bit of a lead there in that last couple of minutes. What is the main adjustment Lana's going to be looking to make to start quarter number 4 on fire?
I think looking after the ball is going to be a big thing, because you just saw Westlake come out with a lot more urgency in terms of defensive presence, both in full court. The ball pressure is a lot better, and their commitment to closing out on the 3-point looks is a lot better. Temepara Walker is doing a great job of getting in, you know, pushing the pace and getting inside the keyhole, but she needs to have receiver spots open for her to, you know, dish out to.
On the other side, as we see Amy Lee Pateman just maybe getting into some of the natural confectionery lollies for Westlake girls. But Maya, what adjustment had Bromwood made that almost lit a little fire under Westlake girls?
Well, they definitely elevated the defensive pressure a lot more, and then the ball security was a huge thing. Then they were able to gain a little bit of momentum when they weren't turning the ball over. They were getting steals and getting looks in transition, getting themselves to the free throw line, and maintaining position. I think they slowed down on the turnovers a little bit more. Still a high number of them, but not as much. And I think that helped them gain a little bit of momentum and, you know, chop that lead a little bit more.
3 players for Westlake girls in double figures. Cody has 10. Rebecca Moores is on 4. I had her on 4 personal fouls. The stat says 3. She's got 14, and then Zenthi Sowers with 11 points. On the flip side, Hamilton Girls High School, Temepara Walker has 16. Anaya Nelson with 11, and Kailani Albert-Neha with 15 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists.
I do believe that Rebecca is on 4, as I don't think she would have been taken out by Coach Bromwood had she been on 3. I feel like she's someone that plays quite a lot of minutes, and I think that she'd be in the ball game right now if she had 3. But what do I know?
A lot. Westlake girls to get us underway into the hands of Cody Williams-Seffel. Here is Schroeder dunker spot find for Stowers.
That seemed too easy for her to get in there.
Yeah, Hamilton back in that 1-3 run. They've done a very good job at switching up their defences. Westlake unable to predict what they're going to come out in, but Westlake do a good job there to stretch their own floor and allow easy catches, especially in the dunker spot.
2-2-1 press here from Westlake girls. Bit of a 1-4 flat look as almost a turnover for Westlake. Great lead and pass for the lap, and that looked a little bit like a training drill.
Bit too easy for Hamilton girls there, and a good start to the quarter once again.
Here is Cody up at the top.
Great find.
Schroeder in the corner. Kurififi Toru is good.
She's hot.
Now, with how high Hamilton starting that 1-3-1 is, that's going to be Schroeder's fourth. Would Westlake look to get an on-ball, try and get Cody going downhill?
Oh, I think Cody just needs to come up the sideline because that would take the one right over and get another person on the opposite slot to move the ball. You could even run an overload baseline to baseline. There's lots of things you could do with it. But perhaps if Cody if it somehow got to the corner, she could just trail late through the middle because it would put them out of rotation.
Tough look again. Katie Moore's rising up. Finds Cody Williams-Sefo with the spin move up and everything but go in the hole. Lily Fotu. Kurufifi Toru is short. And again, Hamilton girls giving a lot of offensive two-uppers. Easy 2 points.
3-point game, ladies and gentlemen.
Katie Moores again with the steal. The youngest player in the game is having a massive impact.
And Cody now, so much space to
calling
work.
For a screen now, rejects it.
Off her leg, picks it up in the corner. Great little high cut. Lily Fotu gets blocked and away comes Temapata Walker for Hamilton girls. Easy call, isn't it, when the defender isn't square?
100% does a good job to take it to them and force them to foul. 2 easy points here, possibly.
Haven't I looked there at the referees look on it, and Elin Vincent just trying to cut that line off. Made it very easy. She had her side on. Free throws for Hamilton girls also struggling, 6 of 14. So neither side able to get an advantage from the charity stripe.
Like we said, a great fundamental skill that can make or break a game.
Moores kicks ahead to Lily Fotu. Dribbles out of a double team.
Nice
and
find.
A big cross-court pass to William Sefort. Kurififi Toru is short. Shot clock doesn't reset. That's felt like a very short 24 seconds.
Yeah, I agree. But no complaints from anyone. Westlake kind of struggling to get a few offensive looks against this 1-3-1. I think Hamilton have done a good job to neutralise anything. Love to see a little bit more paint touch from Westlake.
2-2-1 press, and again, you've got to get back if you get beat. Albert Neha in and out. Cody with her 17th rebound of the match.
Wow, I don't think I've got that many rebounds in my life.
Lily Fotu, Kurififi Toru. Tie ball game. Hamilton and Westlake at 54. Timeout, Hamilton.
I believe Lana did not take a timeout in that third quarter. I think I'm trusting my memory on that one. So possibly a smart timeout here as she still has 2 left.
It is a smart timeout, and I think just with that last possession, they're paying so much attention to Cody now that she's drawing 2 people, so that left that open look for Lily Fotu. So well done to Lily for taking that open shot.
I think as well what I really liked there, Mel, was when Cody was doing the dribble handoff, she was actually dribbling at the defense, trying to draw them in. A lot of the times in these handoffs against zone, they're kind of just dribbling at the offensive player, handing off for the handing off sake.
Yeah, what I always tell my players is look at the basket first, right? If you can get yours, get yours. Because even if you don't, you're doing a good job at drawing the defense. And Cody has the ability to find shooters, and Westlake have the depth to hit open looks as well.
You'll find that some coaches now teach the dribble pitch, so getting your feet in the paint and then pitching a low pass out rather than just going straight to the player.
More of a softball pitch than a baseball pitch, though?
Pardon?
More of a softball pitch than a baseball pitch?
A little bit underhanded. Yep.
Again, a big thank you to Caltex, who are sponsoring an award that will be given out tomorrow night, the Caltex Good Sport Award. Entries closed Wednesday night. Although I'm sure if you bribe the BBNZ team, you can get your entries in late. Here is Walker, great up fake, skip through. And the finish, athleticism personified.
That was very nice.
Really nice footwork from Temepara Walker. And footwork again from Z Stowers.
That is very nice once again.
Got to be killing both teams, isn't it? How easily the opposition are getting to the hoop. Again, another little kick through, and Nia Nelson spin. Short corner, jump shot.
Caitlin Hull.
Yeah, that's a great look. Hamilton girls breaking that pressure pretty easily, able to get the ball through the middle. And then again, they have the numbers advantage once they've broken it.
Skip pass to Fotu. Elin Vincent, Kurufifi, Toru long off the tapa. Offensive tūrapa almost taken. And a jump ball is given. It'll be Hamilton girls ball.
Great to see bodies on the floor for that one. I mean, this is where it all matters, right? This is the biggest game, and it's the last quarter. These girls are giving it everything.
Almost a chance here to trap for Westlake girls. Don't decide to take it. But now short. Cody can't come down with it, but will stay Westlake ball.
I like Kailani's recognition, though, that Cody is on 3 and she does not want to give up a foul. So she's doing a very good job at taking it to her, because Cody has to be a little bit more reserved in her roll up.
Yeah, interesting. It says Emma Kay is still on 3 on the live stats. Here's Katie Moores on the right wing, picks up her dribble, trying to find Cody Williams-Sefo. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Hesitation. Kick to the wing. Stowers. Kurufifi Toru is short. And away come Hamilton girls through Temepara Walker, slicing and dicing. Long on the Kurufifi Toru, but Kaylin Hull again with fantastic position on the weak side.
Ooh. Oh, and another offensive tūrapa.
Big block, Cody Williams-Sefo.
What does the Chief say, Andrew?
No! I've screamed that a little bit too loud, sorry people. Elin Vincent pulls up Moores from the mid-range.
Oh, that's gutting, but...
Vincent stripped, and away come West Hamilton girls. It's a foot race at the moment.
Cody won't be happy with that one.
We'll see who this one is given on. There was 2 players, and it's going to be on number 9.
Safe.
Lily Fotter. We haven't a look at here in the action replay, and yeah, could have gone either way. Westlake will not argue that foul at all, you'd have to think.
You'll see Rebecca Moores and Emma Kay Schroeder now re-enter to the game, and Cody taking a seat.
And Amy Pateman actually sharing her expertise, so not able to affect the ball game being on the court, but still sharing her knowledge.
It's the joys of these cerebral players who have had the opportunity to play New Zealand age groups. Just the IQ level goes through the roof.
100%.
I think too, if you're a point guard, it's your job to be a visionary, and so you can see a lot. And I know Amy will be, you know, unfortunately she can't play, but she'll be offering some good advice down there to her teammates.
Rebecca Moores let that one go out, thinking it was going to be Westlake ball. It's going to stay Hamilton girls. Offensive rebound, number 14. And the Hara is going to be on Schroeder. This could be her night finished.
Is that her 5th?
Yes, it will be. I think the instruction to Cody, wasn't it? If either of our players foul out, you're straight back in.
Yeah, so Bronwyn having to take a risk there, putting Emma Kay in. If you're going to take a risk, this is the time and place to do it, but just gets in a vulnerable position there. That's why you need to rebound the ball, right? You get in vulnerable positions when you're out of rotation, and then she was just a little bit late, had to give up a foul, which happened to be her 5th.
Howell misses both Kurututukus. 7 of 18 now, Hamilton girls from the charity stripe. On the flip side, Westlake girls, 8 of 19.
Would like to see some paint touches from Westlake, only getting in the paint very late in the shot clock.
Another fight for the rebound. Here come Hamilton girls. Temepara Walker, great screen set by Anaya Nelson. Good wall up though from Cody, and Zenthia with the big tūrapa for Westlake girls. Down 3, just over 5 minutes to play here. quarter number 4. Winner goes to the final. And
that's a tough drive there from Xanthia Stowers. I think Cody might have got winded a little bit on that last patch of defence.
Well, you talk about those paint touches, Maya. It's definitely led to the foul count being 4 to Westlake girls, 1 against Hamilton girls.
Yeah, definitely. I think they're just being a little bit complacent right now. They're moving the ball well along the perimeter, but that doesn't force Hamilton girls to work very much, and also hard to generate good offensive and uncontested looks for Westlake.
Stowers misses the first Kuru Totuku. Trying to cut this to a 2-point game, and it does so. And a 2-2-1 look here from Westlake girls defensively. Hamilton, are they going to get trapped? They do. Step through from Walker and a steal.
Great defense.
Yeah, cup high.
Here is Cody, and it's just that spacing, isn't it, where they're not allowing those drives to the hoop. And one, Katie Moores ties the ball game up 59 apiece with a chance to take the lead for Westlake girls. Their first lead in the second half.
She does not care that she's year 9. She's going to take it to these girls, and she does that. Love to see it.
Well, when you come from the lineage, I'm sure some of their backyard battles would have been huge. As the game's going to stay tied up. Rebound.
So we know, is it 8 for 20 free throws?
Yes, it is.
That's got to hurt, man.
Nice kick ahead pass. Step through Stowers.
Wow.
Great finish on Z Stowers.
Her footwork is impeccable.
What point do you look for a timeout here?
Well, I mean, it's difficult. She's only got 2 left, and you probably want to save those for the dying minutes of this game. It depends what run Westlake go on now.
Lily Fotu to the hoop with the left hand blocked from Gilbert. Say Westlake ball, 19 seconds.
Huge block. Very timely.
Well, it's a tough one, isn't it, with those little Euro steps. If you get the timing wrong and the defense doesn't react, you leave yourself a wide open possum to get blocked.
Wide open possum. Never heard that one before.
Well, if you've been listening to Ben O'Brien Leafs commentary throughout the week, which I know you have firsthand.
I have been.
It really exposes the brain to some different terminologies.
Yeah, definitely going to take those ones away with me.
On ball screen, Stowers step back off the Papamuri is short. Turapa, Elise Gilbert. Hamilton girls looking to tie this one up or take the lead in this possession. Wahine to Wahine defense here from Westlake girls. On ball. Switch from Westlake girls. Open.
I like that look. They're doing such a great job at dribble penetrating, forcing Westlake to rotate, and they're getting really nice uncontested looks. I believe Westlake could take a leaf out of their book.
It's going to be Westlake ball. The shot clock wasn't reset, so referee Regan Ashley asking for it to be at 22. Here is Cody Williams-Sefo on the left-hand side. Crosses back to the corner. Stowers. Kurufifi Toru is long.
Huge rebound.
That is Gilbert's 9th of the match.
Great find. Oh, that's a shame. And Mel, you talk about those receiver spots, right? Like this Hamilton girls team need to be in better spots for Timapara. She will find you, and she's actively looking for that, but they're just not in the right spots to be able to receive those passes.
Bit of a Liam Neeson situation, isn't it? I will find you.
I knew you were going to say some interesting stuff like that, Andrew. At least it's not Taylor Swift this time.
Yeah, another foul there. And
that's the third hara on Hamilton girls.
And that's on Anaya Nelson, and she just needs to be very careful.
Only Anaya's second personal, though.
I like her aggression, but you need to find a line, especially down the stretch like this. You don't want to be giving up 3 points on free throws.
Into Stowers. Spin.
Nice spin back.
What a strip, though. And away come Hamilton girls.
Timapara so active with their hands.
Oh, push off just about.
Good no call, though, from the referees. Kurufifi Toru is long. Rebound, Rebecca Moores. Finds Stowers again for Westlake girls. Is going to pull up off the Papamuri. No good.
Good deflection. Unfortunately, they've got the ball back.
Does a good job to slow their transition, though. They had an open runner. Yeah, keep a hand.
Switch there from Westlake. Nice little short roll. Perfect execution.
I like how Cody came across early and anticipated that. However, she's in a vulnerable position in terms of her fouls, so didn't have much room to contest.
Katie Moores, the year 9, passes it away. That's turnover 21 for Westlake girls.
That is a lot of turnovers.
Hamilton with 25, and the Hara is drawn, and that is going to be Hamilton Girls High School into the bonus. Lily Fotu with Hara number 2.
It's all about awareness, right? You need to know your team is on 4 fouls. You don't want to be giving up anything easy like that, especially, I don't want to comment on this cursor, but Kailani, a successful shooter.
Converts the first. Maybe it's almost a reverse commentator's curse, given that neither team has shot 50% from the free throw line yet.
Reverse psychology working wonders. Never does for me, so I'm glad it's finally paying off.
You'll see a level of fatigue is starting to set in on these players as well.
Katie Moores with the big two-upper, kicks it ahead to Cody. She has open space in front of her, Alex, to work this one round. Katie Moores puts the head down to the hoop, draws for Hara.
Interestingly, I believe that Katie Moores is actually only in the under-15 Harbour B team this year. That did really, really well at Nationals, earning a 5th place finish under the coaching of Kane Nuttall and Joshua Davis of Harbour. Yeah, but interesting, a very talented player didn't actually make the A squad. So
and she was called into this tournament.
Yeah. She's
done well.
She's making her mark.
I'm giving Coach Kane all of the benefit on that one, not Joshua Davis. Coach Kane has done an outstanding job in his participation role at Harbour Basketball. Shout out to him if he's listening in.
Yeah, met him for the first time this year. Great dude, very invested in the development of a young woman as Katie Moores, 2 from 2.
About time someone lit it up from the free throw line.
And very timely free throws for Westlake as well.
Here is Temapata Walker. Cody going over that. And that pop there, Mal, it could have been a step closer, you think, could have been a Kuruwhiwhi Toru.
Yes, it could have been.
Now, which way is this going to go? It's going to get It's going to go Westlake ball, and that is going to be free throws. Huge decision there from the team in grey. Wouldn't mind another look at it.
Yeah, so both teams in the bonus now. Defense is going to have to be possibly a little bit more reserved in this backcourt area to not give away free throws. See that one more time.
Just the way that Moores jumped, didn't it? Gave it away. If you are tuning in here for boys semi-final number 1, we are delayed due to an overtime before this game. So we've got 1:44 to play. Maybe some extra bonus basketball for the people at home.
Even ball game with that made free throw. My heart is beating very fast at the moment.
And it's not the basketball game that's causing that. Here is Hamilton Girls. Westlake still in there, 2-2-1. I believe both teams have 2 timeouts.
I think so, yes.
Westlake up 1.
Shooter.
Kuruwhiwhi Toru is short. Big rebound, Rebecca Moores. And what confidence to pass to the youngest player in the game with under 90 seconds to go.
I mean, she's proving her worth, right? She's made her mark on this game for sure. High post catch. I like the give and go action between these two.
I thought Cody was going to go 1-on-1 there. Stowers goes baseline. Great relocation
pass
from Fotu. And that was in and out. 1 minute and 5 seconds to play. Hamilton Girls ball down 1.
This is basketball.
Semi-final number 1. The champions, Westlake Girls, refusing to go down. And the Hara is drawn. That's going to be Stowers' 3rd.
Loving this dribble penetration from Hamilton. They're forcing Westlake to rotate, forcing them to play lateral defense, and obviously wasn't a good enough job there.
A couple of kudu tutukus, and one of the best hair ribbons I think I've seen in this tournament.
Mel Bennett likes that one.
Little fact, I knew Josh Davis wouldn't stay too quiet. Katie can still be under 13s this year as well.
Shut the front door. You're lying. That's crazy.
Josh has never lied in his life. It's not in his DNA. Converts both, 1 point lead.
Clutch free throws from Anahita Worsfold.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Interesting timeout taken here from Bronwyn Davidson. And the reason that I say interesting is given how many possessions we could still have in this game, I wondered if both teams would try and keep 2 timeouts as long as possible. But Bronwyn probably going to draw up, what, two possessions ahead?
Yeah, so only one now, is that right?
Yes, Westlake will only have one.
Only one timeout, okay.
Should be banking on timeouts coming from the opposition coach though as well.
Yeah, this is true. And possibly, setting up defensive. You know, they've been in there 2-1, possibly making a switch to a more aggressive defense or wanting to talk about foul discipline. There's multiple things that she could be discussing right now. But those Westlake girls look awfully locked in.
Potential for this game to also go into overtime.
Big potential. I mean, I thought I was getting an early finish tonight. These games might run
You're
until
dreaming,
9
mate.
o'clock.
You're dreaming.
It's semi-finals day, bro. Why would you expect an early finish? This is great, though. This is basketball. You know, this is why we play it. This is what we love.
Westlake opting to advance the ball.
Massive shout out to all of our people watching from home, especially all the Westlake families and Hamilton Girls High School families. What a game.
Little elevator screen there for Cody. Taken away. Into more strips.
Ooh, that would have been huge.
7 seconds on the shot clock. On-ball screen here for Cody. Katie Moores into sister Rebecca to the hoop. Off the Papa Moody, no good.
That was a good look.
Yeah, you can't ask for much more than that.
Was it it was not tipped by Westlake girls. They're going to get another opportunity.
Wow. They got lucky there.
And this is where you find out who's going to be actual clutch and getting the ball up the floor, looking after it, taking the right shots.
Taking her second timeout. So she's going to have none left after this. Intriguing. Very intriguing.
I trust Bronwyn.
Massively.
They're going to definitely need to get a bucket here and then a stop as well. That was a great look, though, like you said, right? Like Rebecca Moore's going downhill on her right hand on a smaller player. Kind of what more could you ask for, right?
Probably someone in there to help rebound would have been great, like for Westlake. But Hamilton girls did a great job of securing the ball, just unfortunately passed it away down the sideline.
Westlake have 15 offensive rebounds in this game. So you're right, Mel. It's intriguing that no one was there for that one. But Hamilton girls, do you throw a junk defense at this one, or do you just trust in what you've been doing the last few minutes to get the job done?
You just don't want to take too much of a risk, you know, like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't want to give up something in case something goes wrong. But again, it is a now or never situation for these guys.
You know what isn't broke?
My jump shot.
Facts. But the fantastic job New Zealand Carbon Farming have done in supporting this tournament.
Yeah, that was going to be my second guess.
Lily Fotu to inbound. Stowers again. They're taking away all the options and it's tipped.
Same play, they're staying with their elevator screen and quite interesting that there's no help on the opposite elbow. Caitlin Hull is opting to stay in the middle where Rebecca Moores is open. Sets that down screen.
Stowers straight into an on-ball by Moores.
Beautiful pass.
And
beautiful finish.
No timeout, Hamilton girls. Interesting.
I believe she's got 2 as well, so definitely could afford to take one. Opting to trust her girls instead.
Lani to the hoop. No good. Cody with the rebound. And Westlake girls can dribble this one out. And a heads-up play there from Lani Albaneha to commit the huddle. But Westlake girls, a chance to go up 3. Was this maybe why they were saving their timeouts, Mel?
Perhaps. But I do think that was a great foul commitment by Lani because actually Westlake haven't shot the ball well from the free throw line.
Lana opting for the Kenny Stone in 2016 decision to take the timeout before. Now, okay, 2 thoughts on this one.
Ice.
If ice the shooter, and then if you ice the shooter and they miss, at least you've got something drawn up. If they make the second, you've still got that second timeout you can take and then draw something up.
Who's shooting? Cody.
Cody is shooting.
Right, so, you know, taking away one of the best rebounders to shoot, but you've got Rebecca Moores down there who has a generous size advantage, and it doesn't look like Elise Gilbert's going to be out there. So,
perhaps because they haven't shot well from the free throw line, like across the board, the whole team, she might think that they're going to miss the second free throw, so she's got to play ready to advance the ball up, just push the ball in pace.
Yeah, but then you've got to bank on the fact that you get the rebound and then get the ball up.
Exactly.
Right?
But if they do make it, she needs to time out straight away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, to
totally
advance
agree.
the ball.
Yeah.
It's a basketball
Let's
nerd's
see what
dream.
their plan is in case she misses.
Cody to shoot the first. Back up to 50% from the free throw line at Westlake girls.
Ice in
Converts the
her
first.
veins. How old is Cody? Sorry, Mel?
16. Potentially just turned 16.
Man, these young athletes.
She might be 15. I'm pretty sure she might be 16 though. Oh,
Converts
that's
the
clutch.
second. There we go. There's that second timeout.
So just like we said, if she was going to make the second, that she had a plan in place for both, make or miss.
Yep, and looks like she will advance the ball.
So that'll be no timeouts left on either coach. What you don't want to see now is Westlake commit a foul.
Absolutely.
And they have to defend the three-point line as well.
Do you try and commit the early harder with them not shooting so that they only get 2 shots and can't tie the game up?
That's a
It's
fair.
risky. It's risky.
Yeah, it is risky.
Yeah. Either way you look at it, it's risky. It's now all up to the girls.
And,
So
and
defensively, it's hard to gauge what they're going to come up with, but you know who they'll look to get the ball to. And I know Kailani is a sure shot on the, to take it from the three-point line. Anaya Nelson can shoot the three. Temepara Walker will be looking to go all the way into the keyhole.
Yeah, ball.
And perhaps draw some players and kick it out.
It gets intriguing as well, Mel, because I don't know if Westlake are going to instruct. If anything goes inside the three-point line, look, just let them have the shot, because if Hamilton girls score, Westlake can't advance the ball. They've got to try and get the ball in safely to their ball handlers.
And let's see how Team Grey call it.
Oh my goodness,
don't
open
let him-
Kurufifi Tonu is short, rebound Katie Moores.
Oh,
gosh. Good
There's the strip
hustle.
we talked about. It's going to be Westlake ball, 3.6 to play. They need a steal.
And that's just a young person in her first,
Yeah,
probably at this
totally.
level. So they just need to get the ball in safely.
Get it to Lily Fortu. Are they going to foul? They elect not to. And that's going to do it here. Westlake girls have a chance to defend their title in the final, taking down Hamilton girls 69-66.
Wow.
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 Just wow.
I have no other words. Wow.
I thought I had Maya Williamson and Mel Bennett with me in the commentary booth. Turned out it was Owen Wilson all this time. For myself, Andrew Horrocks, and our production team, we're going to take a quick break, but we're going to be back with boys semi-final action. Waimea taking on St. John's. We'll see you very shortly.
Funding is a real challenge. We know that a lot of schools face that ongoing, and the reality is if you go to a lower decile school in New Zealand, you are less likely to be able to afford to participate in sport.
Obviously, having come through it myself with kids and being one of those kids myself who played sport, I know how much it defined who I was. And now being able to go, I can't fix it all, but we can help and try and give to those people who are going through a tough time. It's a real privilege, but for us, we want to see others get involved with this. This is not a selfish thing for Apollo. This is about how can we get, whether it's construction or other businesses, to get involved in this.
There's a lot of things that kids miss out on, and so to have businesses step up and want to be involved and to help is a game changer for schools. It really is.
This is a call to action.
It was really hard to try and keep it together every day.
I need some help.
Simple tools.
Is he here with his body or is he up here with his hinengaro?
For parents in need.
E tino he hena hau ki te whakapakari I ahau anō.
Tāhua. Mai te tirohanga Māori. Kids don't come with a manual with Nathan Wallace. Ki whakata Māori me Māori Plus.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't about long-distance calling, technology, or living overseas.
Do I have one more bid? Thank you.
We're going to go once. We're going twice.
And we are sold to the Kiwi phone bidder from Manchester.
It's about Bailey's finding buyers that others can't.
Hey.
Sport is about more than just the game. It's about going from teammates to best mates. It's the high fives and helping hands. It's learning when to back yourself or back your buddies. It's actually being excited to get out of bed early on a Saturday. Sport is about more than just the game. That's why Caltex is proud to help fuel school sports.
So sponsorship from New Zealand Carbon Farming has been fantastic for our sports teams actually who went away to tournament week. We're a community who's driven by sport, but often money and the cost of travel, accommodation and uniform can be a barrier for some of our students. And to come out with a new uniform for a number of sports, particularly our basketball teams who've been away at nationals, has been uplifting for the students and for our community. The support from Carbon Farming has been wonderful.
Without them, then we wouldn't look like this.
You want your tamariki to be a part of the community. Keep getting all these feelings like he's never going to fit.
That gets pretty hard. I'm so grateful that Clara has answered those prayers.
There's just always this bias away from our tamariki. We really need this done.
Our code of compliance, it's a big thing, and we ain't gonna just stop because we're stressed.
Super kura, ki whakaata Māori, me Māori plus.
Welcome back here to Fly Palmy Arena. Apologies.